Hello YouTube, Totalhenry here. Welcome to another episode of what I'm reading and watching. This is the weekly show where I talk about the manga and anime that I've watched over the past week. Okay, so always remember, like I always point out, I try to have this show up on Mondays. I know it's not Monday, I'm sorry. And also remember that the times for what are in the description below, so you can skip ahead to what you want to hear, and I try not to have spoilers. And let's start talking about manga. So first off, like always, is Toriko. This week was chapter 310, and all I have to say is part of this chapter is really hard to take seriously because the food they're going after is the Monkey King's balls. And if you read the chapter, you will know that they focus on it a lot, and it's just hard to take this seriously. The author is weird. And the fight with the Sunny, Coco, Zebra, and Toriko against the Monkey King, that I'm looking forward to, because I think the Monkey King's going to get serious, and this will be a good fight. Other than that, this is weird, and I want them to leave. I don't like the Monkey King, as I said in last week's video. Okay, next, moving right along here, is Bleach, chapter 613. Now, spoiler right here, Bleach and Yawak, they do come face to face in this chapter. Other things happened, but like the captains are doing something. I think they're going to go to the Soul King's palace. I'm not interested in that. I want Ichigo to fight Yawak, and I just want to see the final fight. Ichigo should win, and Bleach should be over. So I'm just looking forward to the final fight. I don't want all this extra stuff. Just fight. Ichigo hasn't been around in so many chapters. Anything else I want to say? Yeah, just fight. Okay. One Piece, chapter 775. This chapter is could very well be the chapter of the week. I should start saying what my favorite chapter of the week is. This was a very good chapter. It started off, Oda had a cover page, and he had a color double spread that were both fantastic. So that already right there is great. Next, this chapter was about Frankie and Senior Pink. This was their fight. I won't give away who wins, but it's a great fight, and both characters become so much cooler. And for me personally, Frankie got so much cooler because I liked him before the time skip, but after the time skip, he just went, woo. He just got this big, ugly robot thing. I just don't like him. He became so much cooler after this fight. And sort of the theme was these guys like wouldn't back down. They were true men. This is a fantastic chapter. One of the best chapters all week. Now, Nisekoi, chapter 156, is also in the running, believe it or not, for best chapter of the week. Chapter 156, don't know if I said that. Unlike One Piece, where it was just so, I don't know what the word is, epic and cool and just tough. Nisekoi, this was an insane chapter. This was just out of control, mayhem, laugh out loud. This has been a very good arc. I love this arc so much. This was just crazy. Shu, my favorite character, had a really funny moment, and he wasn't even directly involved. His name was mentioned in a funny way. You have to read it to find out, but it was one of the great moments of the series. It was that great. And also, plot. Believe it or not, there was plot in this chapter. At the very end, something's going to push Nisekoi forward. It's going to advance this. And I can't wait for the next chapter. This will probably be the climax of this arc. Maybe that's what Naosha Komi wanted this field trip arc to be. But it's great. And Raku Chitoge. Okay, so next is Food Wars, or Shokugeki no Soma, chapter, I wrote 91, that's probably, I think chapter 104. I'm almost positive it is chapter 104. I'm gonna check real fast. Hold on, let me see. Yes, chapter 104. Okay, so sorry I just opened up the internet for a second, so yes, chapter 104. This was the sort of aftermath of the fall classic tournament, and it was a good chapter. Nothing like major happened, just all the characters are sort of now saying, okay, I have to get stronger, I have to get stronger. There was some good comedy in it, so that helped out a lot. And I'm just excited to see where this manga goes from here. In terms of anticipation and wanting to see what comes next, this really had me wanting to know just where these characters, especially the ones, two who lost in the final, like what they're gonna do. And it's just like, where's the story gonna go now? Just like, what else can they do at this academy? Are they going to have more context? Are they contests? Are they going to have a more little smaller chapters, one chapter story arcs? Because that's the story that they were doing in the beginning. So I can't wait to find out. Now, a new manga series that, at least for the foreseeable future, maybe for the next 2 weeks, I don't want to say two, for the next few weeks I will have on this show is My Hero Academia. Now, every Monday I read Weekly Shonen Jump, or around Monday, the American version that comes out online, and occasionally they have new series. So, and this was the new series that they have, and it's been going on in Japan for probably a few months now because it has about 2 volumes out. And this is by the same author that did Barrage, Koi Horikushi. I'm sorry if I butchered that. Barrage was a manga that came on to the online version of Weekly Shonen Jump maybe over a year ago, and it was only a 2-volume thing before it got canceled, and I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it had potential, and I was kind of sad when when Japan axed it. So this My Hero Academia is apparently pretty popular. Weekly Shonen Jump picked it up because they knew a lot of people liked it. So they are releasing they released the first chapter. I just read it today. Then and next week they're gonna continue with the latest chapter. So I'm gonna try to between next week I'm going to go online and read completely up to date so I can give you a better opinion, because right now my opinion is based on the first chapter. So with all that out of the way, based on the first chapter, it was okay, my opinion. I will keep reading it. This wasn't bad. It just didn't grab me. It didn't have that. Usually first chapter has like the main character really doing something, really succeeding. This one didn't really have it. He had sort of like a moral victory, sort of like he has confidence now, but it wasn't like the first chapter like Naruto, where Naruto beats the crap out of, what's his name, Mizuki. It didn't have that sort of oomph and power. The kid, he feels much better about himself, and it was sort of a nice ending, but I don't know, it just didn't, it wasn't great. The art is a little weird. It's not bad, it's just weird in kind of a good way. It's unique. That's probably the best way I can describe it. Now, like the main character, he wants to become a hero because in this society, 80% of the people through genetic mutation have superpowers, just like flames coming out of your hand, like laser eyes or flame breath. I don't make himself up. But he doesn't. And so as I'm reading this, and he really wants to be a superhero, so I'm trying to figure out in the future, is he gonna get the power? Is he like somehow just gonna get superpowers, or is he just gonna become a hero without superpowers? Because that's sort of what he did at the end of chapter 1. He helped someone out, inspired people to help out, even though he doesn't have superpowers. So I am interested as to where this goes, but right now it's not anywhere close to being my favorite series. But again, I will keep reading it, and next week you can look forward to having me talk about as many chapters are out. Like 20, 30. There's probably about like 20 if it has 2 volumes. So I will read as much as I can and come back next week and talk about it. Okay, so As for the anime, a few weeks ago I said I was watching Chaika, the Coffin Princess. Well, I finished it. I've reviewed the first season on here. I shared my thoughts. Now I'm going to do the second season. I had heard that the second season, the ending will make you mad. And it did. Part of it really did. Now, in order to really share my thoughts, I'm just going to say spoiler warning. Just big spoiler warning. Because I really want to just say how I feel about this without having to hold back. So, first off, the second season, it's not as good as the first. I don't think anyone's gonna argue with that. Pacing wise, it feels a little fast, kind of forced. It's fast, right? I'm not sure if it's fast, but like pacing, it's different. They take a lot more time, so maybe it's whatever. The pacing is different than the first season. They're not constantly fighting heroes. Also, I think they should have explained the romance between Toru and Chaika, because at the end of season 1 they had this underwater kiss, which I don't think is good if a person's drowned. I think that might take air out of their lungs. If you know science, tell me in the comments. But they never really explained that kiss. There's always a hint of romance at the very end. They're standing next to each other, and it's so sweet. I don't know what these mean. Ha ha ha. So they didn't explain the romance. Yeah, it felt a little bit rushed. Other things that were not explained was Vivi. Her hair turned white. It was not explained. I do know that it was explained in a light novel, and it was something about how it caused some magic spell and some transformation from the shock of Gillette's supposed death. And then, I forgot the girl's name, but the girl that was on Vivi's squad, the green hair girl with glasses that doesn't wear pants, she, in the light novel, did some spell to halt Vivi's transformation before she turned into a chaika. The anime left all that stuff out. No explanation whatsoever, so now Vivi's hair is white for no apparent reason. So as for the ending, I thought it was cool that Toru became a dragon with the word Caraver. I thought he looked really cool. His uniform, his red eyes, it was cool. And his fight with Emperor Gaz, I liked it. I enjoyed it. He was getting beat up. He was hurt, and I wanted to see him come through. I wanted to see him win. And meanwhile, Chaika's I'm just gonna shoot a spaceship, or whatever you call it, floating castle that has a shield, waste my ammo, just keep shooting it, and eventually it will work. Why? If it doesn't work after the first 10 bullets, don't keep shooting at it. So I wanted Toru to be the one that delivered the final blow. No, he became a dragon caraver for nothing. Got a cool outfit for nothing. Didn't even land a hit on him. Just got beat up. He did beat his old mentor Shin, which was kind of an interesting fight. It was kind of a letdown. I think maybe they could have expanded the season a little bit longer to make that fight a little bit more intense. But I'm not going to complain too much about that fight, because in the end I was satisfied by it. But now where things really went down the hill was Neva. Just at the very last second, Gaz is like, okay, I'm going to shoot Chaika. I'm going to win. The bad guy's going to win. And Neva's like, nope, I'm not going to let you. Without any hints of her, like struggling to, having to shoot Chaika like they usually do, where the machine has a human personality is like, no, I won't do it. And the guy's like, yes, you have to. She's just untransformed. She's like, no, I'm not going to do it. Flies to Chaika. Chaika, one shot, saves everybody. It's like the animators, they create this whole thing and they're like, we only have 5 minutes left. What do we do? I don't know. Let's just have her change sides. That's a great idea. So why? I mean, so abrupt. So that part really bugged me. And also Chaika, possibly lost all her memories. Anything else I want to say? So, I mean, overall, I enjoyed Season 2. I enjoyed Season 1. I enjoyed the whole thing. I see it as one big season, because together it is 22 episodes. That's about as long as some regular anime seasons. And the stories are so intertwined. No, intertwined is the wrong word. After the second season picks up right where the first one left off. So they're so connected that I think it's better to view it as one season. And overall, it's a solid thing. As I said, you will get upset. But a lot of it is good. Toru, I think, was an excellent main character. Chaika was also excellent. I mean, I know there are multiple ones, but the white Chaika, the main Chaika, she was really cute and just a great character. Akiryu, Toru's sister, kind of weird, kind of bugged me. Frederica, I liked her. She was another awesome character. As for the Gillette Squad, some good characters there. I like Leo, even though he didn't really do much. So I think that's it for what I'm reading and watching. I hope you guys will keep watching my videos, and I hope you're excited for next week's one featuring Hero Academia. That will be the all-star of next week's episode.